Hello, everybody. I'm very honored to be here to share some point of view about how the token economy changed our angel investors. See, okay. Yeah, I have been doing angel investment since 2011. I have been investing to 300 portfolio companies, and I used to have a dream, like a vision. I hope that my portfolio companies can be listed, IPO or something, or just the other day I just invested, or get 10x return in a few months, or a year. I think every angel investor has this kind of dream, right? But it's really hard from the traditional world. And I'm glad to say that my vision has been realized because of blockchain and because of this token economy, because of the bubble that the token economy has created. Bubble may not be a very elegant term, but as angel investors, we should be thankful for bubbles, because rather than making money by dividends, actually we are making money from equity cashing out, like buy low and sell high. No one is making money by dividends now. So PE ratios and the PS ratios, actually, those are the bubbles. So we should be thankful for bubbles. Back in like 20 years ago, we have this dot-com bubble, right? The internet bubble that came from NASDAQ, because NASDAQ can list those internet companies and don't acquire them to have profit. In China, the Chinese stock exchange, they have to, the company who want to get listed has to, got plenty of profit to do so. So the bubble today in blockchain is, 20 years ago, the bubble is already bigger, right? Dot-com bubble accelerated the internet boom, and internet boom changed our life. But today, ICO bubble is even bigger. It's 10 times bigger than the internet bubble, right? Because NASDAQ is a highly regulated and centralized exchange, and it's really hard to get listed at the NASDAQ. And it was mostly traded by very sophisticated institutional investors. But token exchanges are lightly or even non-regulated. So token was mostly traded by irrational retail investors. They're crazy. They know nothing about technology. That's why I say there's 10 times bigger bubble this time. So where the bubble comes from, we know the first stock exchange from Amsterdam and was established in 1602 by Dutch East India Company. And this company was the world's first multinational joint stock limited liability company. So the stocks plus stock exchange together, they provide liquidity. And liquidity, that's where the bubble comes from. And that's one thing I learned since I moved to crypto world. Liquidity is very important, because a few years ago, I have to wait like 7 or 10 years to wait for a company to get listed. No liquidity. My portfolio contains 300 companies, and I think only 20% of them are doing well. If I want to cash out from the top of my portfolios, top-tier companies, I have to search for buyers and even give discounts, because the stocks, the equities, don't have liquidity, right? No liquidity means no premium. and the premium is bubble. From this, I realized liquidity itself has value, or maybe you can say liquidity itself is bubble, is value. I know here somebody still don't have any Bitcoins. Some of them already have. Back in 2014, it's my first time buying Bitcoins. But before that, before 2014, I heard Bitcoins before, but no one gave me a better explanation to persuade me to buy Bitcoins. But since the early 2014, I met the founder of OKEX, and I asked the founder, Star Xu, I asked, what's the value of Bitcoin? Why are you doing Bitcoin exchange? He gave me this example. He said, Leo, see, there's plenty of small countries in this world. They have fiat money, right? These countries, their population is less than 1 million or 1 million people, right? So in our Bitcoin country, in our Bitcoin crypto world, we have 2 million citizens already. So I said, that makes sense, right? Bitcoin is a small country, and they have 2 million population, and I can immigrate to this small country, right? Currently, we heard that this country, the population is being 15 million, right? It's already a big country like Canada, like Indonesia, right? It's big enough. So that explains the essence of value of Bitcoin. So what's the essence of value? The most valuable thing for you may mean nothing to me. The most valuable thing for me may mean nothing to you, right? A listed company's stock price may be lower than its net value. Why? Because when you buy their stock, after 1 year, the price will never go high, right? Because they do nothing. But if you buy Amazon, buy JD.com, they don't have any profit, but their price going up, right? So value is only a concept based on human mind. So the essence of value is the consensus of a group. So I'm an angel investor. So there's a early stage startup approaching me. And maybe after 100 times pitch, no one's investing. But after he find me, after 1 hour's pitch, I said, I will give you $1 million for 10%. So we closed the deal. And then this company's valuation is $10 million. So me and the founder, we get a consensus. So that's his valuation. So maybe you will not participate in this round, but this founder is already, $10 million wealthy. So gold, brand, fashion, banknote, security, Bitcoin, tokens, their value are all based on consensus, based on our human mind. And there's another example. Now you can see we can privatize a NASDAQ-listed company and then relist it on China's stock market. And then no value has been created in this movement, but the valuation of the company will be doubled, right? Only thing happened here is because of the consensus or evaluation method between Chinese retail investors. The Chinese stock market, mostly is retail investors. The evaluation method is totally different between Chinese retail investors and American institutional investors who are more rational, right? That's a good example for consensus that make the price going up and down. So token and equity is different. Equities, shares, stocks, securities, there's lots of terms. They're all based on hundreds of years of consensus. Bitcoins, altcoins, tokens, cryptocurrencies, they are building a new kind of consensus. It's new, but growing very fast. It's similar, but better. Token, let's talk about token economy. Token is not equity. It's bigger than equity. Equity can be one function of token, but the idea of token can offer so much more. A token's value comes from liquidity and consensus. We talked about that before. Liquidity comes naturally for token, right? ERC20. It can easily be transformed between peer-to-peer, right? But consensus needs to be built. Everybody here can use like a $10, 10 minutes to generate your coin, your name coin. But this coin can be easily transformed, but no value now. You need to put a value to your coin. That means consensus. You need to build a consensus. So the token economy is a consensus building economy. Here's what have been changed since token economy for angel investors. Five facts. Token is better, ICO is game changer, consensus is money printer, community is future, and DAO is cooperation killer. These are 5 things I'm going to talk about now. Token is better. Token is an on-chain asset. It was registered on a decentralized ledger, not a central bank, not a central bureau to register your stocks, whatever. Token was registered on a decentralized ledger and will be managed, received, or sent through crypto asset wallets. No central bank or bureau to act as a bottleneck here, right? Just like Bobby Lee said, anytime you want to use your own fiat money, the bank will trouble you, for a long time. So centralized roles will kill efficiency and increase cost. So that's the reason I'm dumping all of my equity and embrace tokens. I have 300 companies' equity to dump during for the following 10 years, right? ICO is a game changer. We know that the central stock exchange used to be the market boomer, right? Because they finance the early stage startups, and all of the investors, because they can exit from NASDAQ, from a stock exchange. So they're happy to invest to the early stage startups and to take advantage of the company's growth. So IPOs now are getting harder and taking longer, right? But most of the companies will die before they can go to IPO. But the token is different. Even if we know that most of the ICO tokens will eventually die, but investors can still cash out anytime before they die because they get listed just the day after they launch the company, launch the project, right? ICO, therefore, enhanced angel investment activities and also boosted innovations. It's a good thing to do. Besides all of the scam, we need to, we are talking about the guys who's, doing this tech-driven ICOs. Consensus is a money printer. There's lots of things happening now. IPO means we can cash out the future of a company, right? Monetize the future of a company. We borrow money from tomorrow to use today to get us tomorrow, get us there, right? That's IPO, cashing out tomorrow. But we know artists and IPs, intellectual properties, they are valuable, but there's no way for them to go to NASDAQ directly. You cannot see there's one IP go NASDAQ or one artist, just IPO. No way. But ICO, first ICO can do the same as IPO, but in a larger range. In ICO space, we can tokenize artists, we can tokenize IPs, just based on consensus. consensus like fashion, like brands, like culture, belief, religion. If there's a consensus like celebrities, they have a huge amount of fans. There's a consensus, right? Fans love their celebrities, so we can tokenize the celebrities. So therefore, ICO will also boost the bloom of arts and IPs. In the future, there's going to be a lot of angel investors who's focusing on IP investment and arts investment because they can tokenize that and ICO all of the stuff. They don't need to be a corporation. I think in this world, there's many talented guys, but among all of the talented guys, only 1% of them are good at manage a company. The other 99, they're only good at arts or IPs or developments, but they are not a leader. They're not a corporate manager. So they will never go to NASDAQ, but they can tokenize themselves. Community's future, because we can redefine the community. Mixed people, employees, end users, investors, speculators, developers, and they all have one thing in common. They believe in the future of this technology or this story or this concept, whatever the white paper said, they believe in, right? So we call this consensus. Community management is all about consensus management. So no matter what you do, you just build this consensus. Your token value based on that consensus. So PR, marketing, development, technology, right? Those are all about to build your consensus. So if you only focus on technology, then make no sense, right? You need to others know what's the value of the technology. Where are you going, right? So marketing and the PR is very important nowadays compared to traditional IPOs. And DAO, Decentralized Autonomous Organization, is cooperation killer. Yeah, we know that there's Tencent, there's Amazon, Google, Facebook, those giants, they are killing innovations, right? We barely can find a way to kill them, right? But yeah, in crypto world, we see the hope. DAO are born to be multinational. So today, all of the ICOs, maybe they only have 5 or 10, but they are multinational, right? And DAO is not revenue-driven company. It's not revenue-driven, and maybe they have no equity for their investors. Only tokens, and the token is not equity. Management of DAO is totally different from traditional, right? So useful technology, softwares, platforms, protocols can be built without any revenue or profit and can still be sustainable, and that never happens before. For the first time, you can build a technology with no business model. You don't need to, persuade those sophisticated investors. You can only do PR and ask those retail investors to buy your tokens, finance you, to help you to get where you want to go. Those are the 5 key facts that how token economy has changed angel investment. We like to compare blockchain with the internet. So internet is a highway for information. Thank for NASDAQ that doesn't need profit to get listed. So we accelerated the development of internet. Blockchain is the highway for assets. Information and assets, right? Assets is a typical kind of information because assets will be registered on ledger. Information, there's a big range of things can be called information, but assets is the information registered on ledger. But blockchain is a decentralized ledger, right? So we are building the highway for assets. It's easy to compare two funds, which one are making more money. One fund that has 100 million, another fund that has 100 billion. Which one is making more money? You can easily tell 100 billion fund is bigger and make more money. So now blockchain is the highway for assets. So that's why I think this time, this industry, blockchain, will be at least 10 times bigger than the internet. Thanks to the token exchange around the world that doesn't need proven business models, nor need restrictive corps for ICOs, right? So we are boosting the development of blockchain. We should be grateful for that. Yeah, that's all. My name is Wang, and I'm the founder of PreAngel with 300 portfolio companies. I was the first angel investor for NEO back in 2014, August. I was when they were called N shares. Yeah, it's a very interesting story, because as a fund, we cannot purchase tokens. Back in 2014, and we don't know what's tokens. So when the team, the 5 of the founders of NEO approached me, asked me my fund to buy their tokens, I was, we struggled a lot to buy the tokens instead of equities. But the team told me the token. I asked for what's the token for? What's the usage? How can I use it? They said the token in the future we will have a platform, and in the platform there's going to be lots of startups that will raise money. And so instead of fiat money, you give tokens as an investment. So yeah, makes sense to me, but I never realized this token's price will go up. Because it's like you go into a casino. You will exchange your fiat money to tokens, right? But the tokens, after 1 year, the token is still $1. $1 tokens never became $2 because casinos tokens are unlimited. It's a stable coin, right? So public chain, their tokens are limited. So when the public chain is getting hot, people want to get in, move to this country. So they need to buy the tokens to move to this crypto country. So the token's price will go up. It's a simple logic now we can understand, but no one can understand back in 2014. But I'm also the angel investor for Quark Chain in Silicon Valley and also DX Chain. I own blockchain since last year, July, and participated in lots of good projects like OpenPi, Cellular Network, Certic, Trust, Reserve, MetaDM, RSK, New Cipher, IOTEX, Origin Protocol, U-Network, and Ontology. And also, I'm the partner for Fission Capital. Fission Capital is also a super node for Huobi, and we just co-founded Bitcoin Cash Angel Fund with BitMain and IDG together. So here's my email address, and Vivian, who's based here. So if you have any deals, you can shoot email to me. Thanks.
Thank you very much.